Hello, everybody. My name is Jamal Brandon. I'm a sophomore architecture and environmental design student at Morgan State University, and I am here to present my design process for Project 2 based off of the Spike Lee film Do the Right Thing. I decided to name my project Paradox, and I'll get more into that later, but I just start with the first thing that we have to do after watching the film, which was pick out 5 key themes and make collages for them. I decided to go with love and hate, water war, community, sports, and sneaker culture as my 5 themes. The next thing we had to do was take the themes and the collages and then make 4 physical models for uh, each theme. And then we had to have 20 in total. Just use those so we can get a better concept of the theme for the next part of the project. At the beginning of project 2, we had to come up with our first set of concepts. So we had to do 2 sections for each and then take some of the models that we had made in project 1 and put them onto a different site in project 2 so that we could get a better idea of what it was going to be later on. As you can see, my 3 concepts have 2 sections for each, along with a picture of where I thought the building where the themes would go when making the buildings. One thing I will say is I took a more unorthodox approach on this because I just wanted to think outside the box a little bit. Instead of doing one straight building, I would do multiple and then have the story weave around that. Further along with concepts, I had to then take the ideas from 2.1 and transform them for 2.2 into an axon drawing and the site plan with just a rough basis of one, and then come up with a quick little description for each basing of what the narrative would be based on later. Each one, once again, kind of looks exactly the same as the models in 2.1. You know, for the most part, I decided to go with concept 1 as my final and have the axon model, and then I have my 2 sections and my 2 renderings of the site plans, and I have the narrative where basically the traveler wanders across this small, once again, unorthodox area where the community is heavily based on their love for sports. Now, with that in mind, sports is one of the most common love-hate relationships there is. And a lot of time they can go to war over said sports, hence the war pit in the middle. That's where they settle all their differences in this community. And then once all the dust clears, once everything's settled, they go down the stairs to the community center, and then everything is peaceful. It's just a cycle of that. I decided to name the project Paradox because of it being based around the love hate paradox that showed in the movie via Radio Raheem. He would wear love and hate brass knuckles and hold them together. And he had a whole elaborate speech on them. That paradox is very strong to me, and I had to represent it in my project. Thank you for your time.